Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian welcoming you to a brand new series, Draft Day Sports Pro Football 2022. Before we get started with how the series is going to work and what my objectives are and everything else, first of all, I want to acknowledge the three amazing mods that I tracked down to really make this entire thing work. First of all, we have the incomparable. There you go. We have Jay Weisenberg's NFL 22-23 roster set and photo pack, which updated the rosters as of Week 17 of the NFL season this season. So you'll notice certain players are missing from the Browns roster. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Next, the other mod I used, I said I used 3, I really only used 2 because I changed my mind about one of the mods, is the 2022 Pro Football Real World mod by Slybell number 1. So those are the 2 mods that I used in order to update everything from the logos. You'll see the Browns had their correct orange helmet, to the actual name of the team, to the player pictures, to the rosters and salaries. Let's talk about the salaries for a minute, because this is going to seem kind of confusing. But remember, we're technically starting the 2021-22 season. So these contract salaries are all accurate as of the beginning of this season. So as we can see here, Baker Mayfield has a QB option for what will be next season, which again flags as 2023. I don't think that number is right. I think the 5th-year option on a first-round pick contract is actually quite a bit higher. But this is close enough that I'm just going to accept it, and I'm not really going to fight with it. So, I will post links to the 2 mods in the description below. As you'll note from the title of this league, YT for real this time, mods can be a lot to get them to work correctly. I highly recommend that you carefully read the posts, and you'll get better results. For the pictures in particular, it's important to upload them to the actual league file once you create the league. So you make the league first, and then you unzip the photos into the directory. That was a mistake that I had made, and it was just not uploading the pictures. And make sure to save the roster when you create the new league to a place you can easily remember, and that'll save you some time. So, that being said, what are we trying to do in this series? We're obviously trying to win the Super Bowl. I think that goes without saying that is something that we'd like to do. We'd like to win the Super Bowl. But I'm going to give myself 5 seasons. So it's maybe a very short series, but I'm going to give myself 5 seasons. If by the end of the 5th season, I have not won, let me make it more. If I've not gone to the Super Bowl by the conclusion of season 5, then I'll probably end the series. So that's what I'm thinking here. That's what I think will happen. Is if I haven't at least gone to the Super Bowl by the end of season 5, I may think about ending the series or changing teams or something like that. Now you may say, look, Avi, the real life Browns didn't even make the playoffs this season, which is true. They definitely did not make the playoffs because they finished the season at 8-9. However, with some tweaks to the way the team played and some better personnel decisions, I fully believe they would have made the playoffs this year. Would they have gone to the Super Bowl? I don't think so. I'm recording this video the actual morning of the Super Bowl, so I don't know who won yet. But obviously the Bengals and the Rams went to the Super Bowl this year. My goal is to at least get the Browns in the playoffs this season and then see where we can go from there. Okay. Now, I completely did a randomly generated GM. If we click on staff, I changed the name, but literally nothing else about the guy. I'm very loyal, apparently. I'm good at management. I like trading. I don't know that any of this matters for an actual player-created GM, but here we are. I didn't use real coaches. I just didn't think it was worth the hassle, to be honest with you. So, this is what we have here. You'll notice that the amount you give to scouting, I don't know how to change that. If you know how, please let me know. But I want to set some things up right away in this episode. Oh, here we go. Finances. Can I change how much is allocated here? If I click on Browns. What if I do this? Oh, I see. Crazy. Anyway, that's not how I change any of those things. If you know how to do it, please let me know. But for right now, I'm not worried about it. So. What was I going to say next? Okay. So the first thing I want to update is the strategy of the team. I think this is one of the most important things to set up nice and early so that we can make sure that we have the kind of offense that we would like to run. As I talked about in my Let's Look video, the run pass weight doesn't mean if it's set to 100 you'll run every single time, nor if you set it to 0 doesn't mean you'll never run the ball. It's based on a couple of other factors that we won't go into right now. But suffice to say, we need to allocate the weight of each of these plays. Now, for my purposes here, we have a very weird offensive coordinator that likes the spread, and I don't want to run the spread with the Browns because that would be a terrible decision. Such a terrible decision. So we're going to click on game planning, and we're going to hit create new game plan. And we're going to build this game plan the way I want the team to be run. Now, of course, normally in the real NFL, you wouldn't get this level of control if you're just a GM. But I think this is reasonable, right? I think this is reasonable. So we're going to call this Browns 2022 plan. So, offensively, we have three options here. We can be conservative, we can go aggressive, or we can go balanced. I want to run a balanced game plan. I don't want to be too aggressive, and I don't want to be too conservative. Now, this, of course, could change over the course of the series, but we're going to do that. We are very much a run-focused team. We have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. I'm not saying I don't trust Baker Mayfield, but I don't trust Baker Mayfield, and I want us to be very run-focused. Tempo is fine. Passing preference. I'm going to leave it balanced. Okay. Where do we want him to pass to? Well, if we're going for the Kevin Stefanski route, we would pick tight ends. And let me be honest with you. With Odell Beckham Jr. not on the Browns because he's in the Week 17 rosters, we don't really have the wide receivers to have a really great vertical passing attack. I do want them to focus on the tight ends. Our primary receiver should be... Where is he? Should be... No, we'll leave it at Jarvis Landry. I actually like this better. On third down, we're going to give the ball to Kareem Hunt. We're going to focus on running to the inside. And our running back should primarily focus on running the ball. Tight end role, we're going to keep it as a mix. QB, tuck, and run. I want you to do it rarely. Baker Mayfield does have quite a bit of speed, so I don't mind him doing that, but I definitely don't want him to get too crazy. So, our defense should again be balanced. Our focus should definitely be stopping the pass. We've got some pretty good corners. I kind of want to go for more of a mixed look. I don't want to be all man or all zone. Defensive line should mostly be focused on rushing the passer. Whereas the linebackers should be waiting... No, linebackers should be mixed. I want to be able to do both things. Myles Garrett... No, you don't want the defensive end to run to where the player radio... Best supports both run and pass. Decently high intelligence. I can use John Johnson III for now. So we definitely want CBs matched to wide receivers. And what this means is that we want as many quarterbacks as there are wide receivers. And that makes sense. So align man coverage. This is basically asking where the defenders line up. Do we ever want to target a specific player? Now this can change each and every week. So we can give our players a particular a particular mandate. And honestly on the Colts, I probably would actually say let's go for Jonathan Taylor. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's actually shift our game strategy to stopping the run. But the rest of this can stay as is. If we are winning, we're going to run the ball more. And if we're losing, we're going to pass the ball more. Don't only run, don't only pass. Just override the default. So now we've set our brand new, shiny, our game plan. Now I can go back to play calling. And I'm actually fine with just letting this ride. We're almost running a bit too often. Yeah, like, look at this. 3rd and long. Oh, higher number is more passing. Oh, hell no, dude. Okay, I want you to be... that... I'm actually fine with that, believe it or not. I'm actually fine with that. Let's let our coordinator set the playbook. It's not my job to mess with the playbook. I'm just going to install the strategy because I think that's something that we can and should be controlling. Okay. Now let's talk about... because free agency is the actual period we're in right now. We could possibly sign a free agent. We currently have... about 20 million in cap status. Oh, I meant to change one quick thing. Let me save the game. Because remember, there's no autosave. So it's really important to remember to save the game periodically. I do like this rule quite a lot. All of this is fine. I don't really need to mess with any of that. There's your conference logos. Hall of Fame stuff. Ah, here we go. And we're going to do that. So I'm resetting the salary cap to do 2 big things here. Number 1, I'm forcing a strict cap, which means that if you're at the cap, you can't sign anybody new. Second, I don't like being able to exceed the cap just because you're doing extensions, because then you get where I got in my series, where it just got pretty ridiculous. So we're going to hit save settings. And then that has updated things there. All that is fine. Good. The next thing we want to do is we want to set training. And this can obviously get really cuckoo bananas in how you set things up. You can literally make very specific schedules for every player on your roster if you wanted to, quite frankly. But before we do that, let's talk about free agency. I know that. If I hit advance, it should take me to, here we go, bid on free agents. Okay. Yeah, something tells me I shouldn't bother with Antonio Brown, no matter how good he is as a wide receiver. That seems like a bad decision. Yeah, you'll notice that there are some flags for Antonio Brown. Very on brand, I think. I wouldn't mind adding another wide receiver. The question is who? Let's see. Golden Tate and John Brown both have pretty good hands. John Brown is a little bit faster. He's a little bit smarter. This is accuracy, right? Yeah, it's accuracy. He's a jolly jester. That's fun. And then profile. He would be one of our better wide receivers, without question. I'd also like a linebacker, so an Avery Williamson would also make a lot of sense, because if we look at our current depth chart here, we actually need to fill this out, but let's look at our roster instead then. That's actually faster. And let's focus on linebackers. We've got a couple that are quite good, especially Owusu Koromoa and Anthony Walker, but we don't have a lot of depth. I think adding a linebacker and a wide receiver make a lot of sense for how we upgrade our team just a bit. Just a bit. So, John Brown, I'd like to offer you a contract, my dude. Let's offer him a contract. He wants a 4-year deal. I definitely don't want to give him a 4-year deal. But I'll give you a 1-year deal. And I'll offer you the role of starting wide receiver. And if you catch more than 60 passes, I will give you 5% of your salary as a bonus. Submit offer. Avery Williamson, let's make sure you're a quality linebacker. You're really good at tackling, which is really important to me. Your speed is okay. Oh, you can also bounce around and play a bit of strong safety. That's pretty cool. You are an agreeable entertainer. That's fun. Okay. So, Mr. Avery Williamson, I'd like to offer you a deal. And I'll do starter. And that looks fine. That's a perfectly reasonable contract. So contracts have been offered. Let's start considering some other things here. So if you notice this little light bulb, this means a player can be a mentor. So we set that under bio. And we're going to have you focus on teaching Baker Mayfield. I literally cannot mentor Baker Mayfield. That's interesting. So that's because I don't really want him mentoring people. Joel Bitonio, though. My dude, help us out with Jedrick Wills. And I want you to be encouraging, and I want you to focus on him, on his position. So you're going to teach him how to be the best offensive lineman you can be. Anyone else that could be a mentor? David Njoku, let's have you teach Harrison Bryant in a formal way. I don't know what most of this means. And let's just have you focus on training. Let's try to make Harrison Bryant the best guy he can be. Rashard Higgins, you can go ahead and mentor Donovan Peoples-Jones. Let's give him some a direct approach. Again, teach the position, and you can do Donovan Peoples-Jones. Who would I like Myles Garrett to mentor? Who is possible here? Teacher wisdom to one Tommy Togiai. No, let's do Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Validate. Your focus is going to be team play. I don't know what half of this stuff means, but we're going to do it and see if it makes a difference. And then Jadeveon Clowney, I would like you to mentor Tommy Togiai. Kind of a tough love thing. And then let's teach him the position. Done. Okay, so we're doing some mentoring. That's all set up. Next, we're going to go ahead and talk about training. So, as this helpful button will remind you, you can do a maximum of 25. And 22 should avoid negative effects. We need to decide what we want different players to be focusing on. So let's talk about the different options here. Positional drills, they get better at playing their position. Second, we have athletic, which increases speed and agility. Next, we have physical training, which is strength and stamina. And finally, game tape. Now, I wouldn't mind Baker improving his speed a bit, but that's not really what I'm here for. I want him to be the best possible QB he can be. So we're going to make a QB-only schedule. I'm going to call this QB schedule. And the QB schedule is going to very simply be 10 on positional drills and 12 on game tape. 0 and 0. Oh, right, you can only do maximum 10. I just told you that, and I tried to do 12. And then I guess do some physical training. No, athletic would be better. I'd rather him work on speed and agility. Okay, so that's the schedule my QBs are all going to follow. I'm going to change this to QB schedule. Easy choice. Our default schedule is going to focus on a bit of everything. We're going to definitely bump up both of these. And that's fine. That's a good default schedule, I think. We're going to focus on more making them the best athletes they can be. But while making sure that they get the experience that they need. In the future, I might go maybe between episodes or even before the episode and really focus on setting up like a veteran schedule and a rookie schedule. Actually, I might do that now, actually. So let's do rookie schedule. And rookies are going to be really far off on their positional drills. We want them to be the very best at their position, so we're going to focus heavily on that. So that'll be 25. We're going to reduce a bit of the athletic and the physical training. We basically want to make sure that we're acclimating our players to the NFL as quickly as possible if they're on the rookie schedule. So I quickly sort by age here. Everyone under, let's say, 25 goes on the rookie schedule. Let's make sure they're learning the ropes to the extent that they can. And as you can see here, you have a lot of level of customization here. We could also very, very easily set up individual schedules for each and every player. So we're going to focus very, very heavily on making you the very best possible players that you can be. Perfect. And then we'll just say everyone else is on the quote-unquote veteran schedule, which is just going to be a good mixture of everything, making sure they can be the very best that they can be. My head coach, I would like you to focus on coaching up one Baker Mayfield. Offensive coordinator, I want you to focus on Donovan Peoples-Jones. If we're going to be anywhere near a decent offensive team this year, we need a great wide receiving assistance there. And then defensive end, defense coach, I'd like you to focus on Greg Newsome, our star rookie cornerback. Where did you go, Greggy? There you are. Nope, Owusu Koromoa is actually more important. Okay, perfect. So, training is all set up. We've set up our strategy. Next, we're going to gain some time, and then we're going to set the depth chart. And then we're going to complete current day. Not yet. Let's look at bid on free agents. Okay, perfect. So right now we have the leading offer for both players. Let's complete the current day. No signings for the Cleveland Browns. One more day? No? Oh, interesting. Somebody else actually signed the linebacker. Jabal Shurd. I mean, I just see warm bodies at linebacker, to be quite honest with you. I don't really have much flexibility in going into the season with the linebacker room I've got now. Perfect. Complete day. Oh, I didn't check. I've been checking my inbox. Yeah, we lost Avery Williamson. And then here are the different mentoring assignments. Delete all emails. Okay, so now we're on training camps. All training camps is going to do is just going to apply the training strategy that we've set up. So let's do it. We didn't get any of our free agents, sadly. Some guy named Alex Taylor did real well. I never even heard of the guy, but that's cool. Let's look at the Browns results specifically. Owusu Koromoa got quite a bit better. And then Malcolm Smith aged. Joel Bitonio aged a bit. Maybe not ideal, but that's fine. Okay, so we get this report. We need to think about people that we might want to keep ahead. So, this is a list of everyone who might be a free agent. Now, remember the NFL contracts are not guaranteed, which means I'm not required to sign anybody right away. So let's take a look at the contracts who are coming up, and let's figure out if there's anybody here we definitely want to bring back next year. Wait, where did my cap status go? Oh, we did sign John Brown. Okay. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, this all looks good. Now remember, as I mentioned in our Let's Look video, that this game doesn't really address signing bonuses, so I can cut any player anytime I want to. So that's something we're going to want to keep in mind if players get really expensive. Yeah, there's Jabal Sheard. Okay, great. So let's go and set up our depth chart. Now, we could always ask our coaches to set the primary depth chart, but I figure it's our first game. Let's go ahead and set it the way we'd like. So we're going to set Baker as our starting quarterback, Case Keenum as our number 2, and Nick Mullins as our number 3. Running back, we start with Nick Chubb, then Kareem Hunt, and then Dearness Johnson. You know, we have another issue. I think we have way over the number of players for that, but we'll look at that here in a minute. Actually, no, we should do that first, shouldn't we? So if we do roster management here, we're at 79 players. You can't have that many players on your roster. So we need to decide who's going to the practice squad. So I have way too many freaking running backs. Dexter Williams, practice squad. John Kelly, practice squad. Trey Harbison, cut. It gives me 4 running backs on the opening day roster. I think I'm okay with that. Johnny Stanton, you can go to the practice squad. I have way too many tight ends. Miller Forrestall, you can go to the practice squad. Gugimos is cut. Charlie Hewlett is a long snapper, but I'm still not convinced I'm going to keep him. Okay, wide receivers. Jamarcus Bradley to the practice squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many wide receivers do I have to have? 5. Let's send Ryan Switzer to the practice squad too. Offensive linemen. I've got way too many freaking guards. Like, way too many. Hans is really strong. Much more so than Moore. Moore, you're cut. Hans, you're going to the practice squad. I want to see some practice squad spots open for defensive players. That gets me down to 4 guards. 2 centers. 5 tackles. Oh, Jedrick Wills is fatigued. I see. You're cut. And you're getting moved over to the practice squad. Okay, defensive tackles. I want to keep all 4 of them. Or 5 of them, since I apparently can't count. But releasing Jordan Day wouldn't be the end of the world. Now, I am curious to see if I could trade Jordan Elliott, or Sheldon Day, rather, for a pick, maybe? Let's come back to him. Okay, I've got way too many defensive linemen. Let's move Curtis Weaver to the practice squad. Yeah, we're just gonna start cutting linebackers because a lot of them are just, quite frankly, not even remotely acceptable. We have a lot of really bad linebackers. Tony Fields, you can go to the practice squad. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 linebackers. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cut Elijah Lee too. I don't think I can have 8 linebackers. Oh no, 8 is the maximum I'm allowed to have. Okay. Oh, I can't carry 4 tight ends. Oh no, I can't. I can't carry 5. See you later, dude. I guess we'll need a new long snapper. And I've got way too many corners. Herb Meller, you're cut. Nate Meadors, you're cut. Oh, how long is AJ Green out? He's just doubtful. Okay, we can see my play. I don't want a kicker named Blewett on my roster. That seems like a bad idea. And then Joseph Charlton. We're going to need a new punter eventually, so let's go ahead and just flat out cut Johnny Stanton. You're gone. All right. So what other positions? We still need to cut 5 more people. I'm so over on tight ends. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Alright, fine. I guess you get cut, my dude. No, I'm going to cut Forrestall. And I will keep Steven Carlson, because Carlson actually might not suck. Okay, because I got here 4 more players. I probably have too many offensive linemen. So let's... Yeah, let's send you packing. Still gotta get rid of 3 more players. Porter Gustin is really strong, but he's not. I'm gonna cut Elijah Lee. Notice, by the way, we've already moved up to 14 million in cap. I'm actually under the minimum for free safety, so I'm gonna have to get a free safety. Or can I change your position? There we go. Okay. So we still need to get rid of 2 more players. If I look at the position counts, I still have a lot of linebackers. I can probably cut one more linebacker. The problem is the linebacker I'd most likely cut. You know what I'm going to cut? I'm going to cut Malcolm Smith. Like, I know he is a real smart dude. Well, I can also change his position there. I didn't realize that. That could have been way easier. Oh well. He's really good at tackling. He's pretty fast. Decent strength. You know what we're going to do? Because I don't want to lose... Basically, I'm going to try to stop myself from cutting Mac Wilson. Because I like Mac Wilson quite a bit in real life, and I think he's got a chance. I'm going to cut this 55 overall offensive tackle, and I'm going to move Mac Wilson to the practice squad. If somebody else grabs him, somebody else grabs him. I don't mind that, but... And then I'm going to try to trade Sheldon Day. So we're going to go to trade. And we're going to look for a team that's desperate for defensive tackles. So let's see here. I don't love this interface, but we'll take a look here. Do you have really great DTs, Arizona? You sure don't. Let us offer up one Sheldon Day. Oh, Sheldon Day's a 65 overall. I thought he was like a 70-something. No. Can I get a 5th round pick? Hell, I'll take a 6th round pick. No, they really don't want it. Sheldon Day's actually a lot worse than I thought he was. I might just cut him. Like, if I can't even get a 6th round pick for him, he's obviously not worth keeping. So, Sheldon Day. My friend. I appreciate your service with the Cleveland Browns, but you gone. You're a free agent now. We're now $16 million in cap. We could go and try to grab some cheap free agents. Let's take a quick look and see if there are any cheap free agents that might help our roster in some significant way. Do note, by the way, that all free agents get a $500,000 contract. I don't care if Antonio Brown is free. I'm not going to sign him. A 25-year-old corner. That's got good agility, good speed. Your hands and your tackling aren't the best. You're an outspoken professional. Poor night. How to make me feel fucking old, dude. Nah, we're not gonna mess with free agency right now. We may come back to it though if players get hurt. Then we will address it thusly. Okay. Are there any free agents that we have right now that we'd like to keep? Jadeveon Clowney and David Njoku are probably two at the top of my list as far as players I would like to bring back for next season. But I want to see how they do first. I'm in no rush to make any big decisions here. So, it's the preseason. I don't really give a shit. We're just going to go ahead and sim the entire preseason. I'm going to make any changes whatsoever. We're just going to see how things go. So let's take a look here. The Browns obliterated the Indianapolis Colts. You love to see it. Preseason doesn't mean shit, but still very cool. And We also beat the Titans in a much more tightly contested game. Oh shoot! I didn't set the depth chart. I'm a potato. Oh, it looks like they automatically set it for me based on what my offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators said. I'm actually fine with that. I would very much like to see. No, I do want Tommy Togia to get some starts, but once the actual regular season starts, I want to move some people around. Stop making my safeties backup linebackers because that's just going to get them hurt. I have plenty of linebackers. There is no earthly reason why we should be doing this. So Malcolm Smith is my backup middle linebacker, and then the backup to the backup we'll say is Taki Taki. I'd like Jabal Sheard to start at linebacker, and then Taki Taki behind him. And then what I've been starting Anthony Walker? Like, what the hell? Yeah, Jacob Phillips should be the primary backup for a lot of these. Like, I know, yes, it's the preseason, but at the same time, it's not like veterans don't need playing time too. And then Jacob Phillips here. Okay, corners are definitely going to be Denzel Ward, Greedy Williams, and Greg Newsome. Troy Hill's the nickelback, and then let's do MJ Stewart as a backup, and then AJ Green as the backup. Safeties look fine. I'm not going to mess with those. And then we'll hit save. And then all that will be saved forever and ever. Cool. Offensively, this is fine. I don't really see anything here. I'd rather have Rashard Higgins be backing up at wide receiver because Njoku's going to be on the field a lot of the times anyway. Actually, you know what? Let's put Higgins in as the slot guy. And then Peoples-Jones can be the primary backup. And then after that, we have Anthony Schwartz as the backup at all the positions here. I don't mind playing some people out of position, but I just don't see why I would play people out of position if I don't have to. So all this looks good. Perfect. Okay. Back to the preseason. And then we're going to sim this week. We have made it to the regular season, and we should definitely be readjusting my game plan. Ooh, 6-3. What an exciting performance. Do remember that in the preseason, the starters typically don't play all that much. It's more designed for the younger players, so that's why we don't see much there. Injury report. We've got Jabal Sheard is doubtful, so he'll be next man up at linebacker. So that's fine. So let's go ahead and set up our game plan for the game against the Chiefs. Now, we know without any hesitation that this is very much a passing game. So focus against the pass, please. I would like you very much to target Travis Kelce. And here's why. I don't think we can keep up with Tyreek Hill. Or Actually, no. Maybe shutting down Tyreek Hill is the way to go. Yeah, let's do that. Focus on him, please. Other than that, this looks good. Let's try to be a little bit aggressive against Kansas City. Let's make them think real hard about what they're doing. Rest of this looks good. Let's go ahead and sim our very first game. So the plan for each of these episodes is going to be I'm going to sim the entire season, and then we'll do the off season and then an entire season in the next episode. So just treat like the introduction to this as kind of the let's talk about the off season kind of thing. All right, how did we do? Oh, you know what? This annoys me. It's a very small thing, but it annoys me nonetheless. Let's save the league first of all. Where is the whole hide scores thing? Yeah, don't do that. I want to know how I did. Okay, so let's see. We lost. I'm not too surprised, but let's examine how things went. We got a touchdown, which is pretty yikes. Baker Mayfield looked like crap. Averaged 4 yards a pass. 4 interceptions. Oh dear. And sacked 2 times for a loss of 7 yards. Nick Chubb didn't do very much. I mean, this is just bad. Defensively. A sack for Myles Garrett, a sack for Sione Takitaki. A hurry for Malcolm Smith, and a knockdown by Jadeveon Clowney. Grant Delpit did get an interception, so that's cool. Wait, why the hell is Nick Chubb allowing sacks? That's kind of not his job. Okay. So this was not a very good game. It turns out that, yeah. I mean, I guess for what it's worth, the Chiefs weren't very good on offense either. Better than us, without a question, but they weren't very good either. This is just not a very big offensive game, and unfortunately for us, they were the better team. Oh well. You can't win them all. And analytics. So this tells us who graded the best. And Myles Garrett gets an A+. Of course he did. I don't know how value per snap is actually calculated, but it's so cool to see. This very much tells you if they had a big game. Myles Garrett did his job. Everyone else, not so much. Okay. So our next opponent is the Houston Texans. And this should be a game we have a much easier time with, I hope. So we're going to go into and set up our gameplay and strategy. Game planning. We're going to be a little bit less aggressive because we don't have to. And we're going to go balanced. Maybe even run first. And I'm just going to trust my defensive coordinator to decide who does what. I really want to focus on tight ends to exploit the mismatches, though. I think that's the best solution for us here. Oh, we didn't finish simming week 1. There you go. Oh, so now I should actually be able to see how they have played their game so far. Damn. They have no touchdowns? What the hell? How did the Texans win their first game? Three field goals. Okay. Oh, we have some inbox messages. Let's read these. We didn't have Jabal Shear, or we didn't have Jarvis Landry, so hopefully he'll come back. Nice. Training looks like it's been very productive. I like that quite a lot. I mean, my kicker worked on agility. I don't know why he's wasting his time with that, but sure. Okay. I guess. Oh my word. That's not right. That's 15 and 8 is 23. Yeah, don't do that. Here we go. So that should be 7, 5, 10, 22. There we go. Thank you, AJ Green. Very much appreciated. Alright, let's send this week. And a glorious victory for the Browns of Cleveland. Although, if we look at our stats here, Baker Mayfield was better than his first game. I mean, that's not saying a lot, though. I mean, Baker Mayfield still only threw for 182 yards. Which is fair, because we are telling him to focus heavily on the tight ends. Okay, you were targeted 13 times and caught 7. Look at this. David Njoku targeted 11 times, only caught 4. Chase McLaughlin looked good. How did we win this game? Besides Nick Chubb being a fucking beast. We knew that already, but... How do you defensively? A good game for Owusu Koromoa. A sack and 2 hurries by Myles Garrett. A sack, hurry, and a knockdown. Any interceptions? 2 by Greedy Williams. One of them returned for a touchdown. Very nice. Some missed blocks, and most importantly, 0 sacks. That's very important. We want to keep our quarterback on his feet to the extent that we can. I don't like how many points we gave up, though. That is a bit concerning. No, obviously, of course, in real life, Deshaun Watson isn't actually playing for the Texans for lots of reasons that I won't get into. I guess just the 2 reasons. The multiple lawsuits against him and the fact that he requested a trade. Yeah. So I'm not upset, obviously. We won the game, and that's what matters. But definitely disconcerting. Okay, we lost John Brown for 4 to 6 weeks. Excellent, thank you, Joel. Make him the best player you can be. Let's see. Nick Chubb and Jadeveon Clowney. Really? Baker Mayfield gets an A grade? I didn't think he was that great. But, alright. Wait, how the hell did Myles Garrett play 103 snaps? Is he, like, playing on offense, too? Okay. That's fine. I'm going to use the same thing I did against the Texans against the Bears. But do need to address the John Brown situation. So we're going to go to roster management, and we're probably going to put him on injured reserve. We're just going to shut him down for the entire season. I think at a certain point he can come back. I don't know how this game deals with that. But we're going to go ahead and promote Ryan Switzer from the practice squad. And then we're going to update the depth chart. Rashard Higgins, you're going to be... Really, game? It's because I didn't hit the save button, isn't it? That's on me. Rashard Higgins is now the starting wide receiver. Primary backup now is going to be Anthony Schwartz. May the Schwartz be with us, of course. Yeah, I think it goes without saying as you're seeing my team here. But if you don't think for a split second that wide receiver is a big priority in this this offseason, then I don't know what to tell you. Ryan Switzer. Everything else here looks good. Let's save the package. Defense is correct. Let's look at the stats really briefly here. So I'm going to look at a specific stat right now. Give me receiving. Okay, David Njoku. You've been targeted 22 times and only caught 8 passes. What is your deal? You've only dropped 1 pass. And this is something where, without playing the games, it's hard to tell what's going on with him. Is he not catching the ball? Or, like, is the ball not being thrown well enough, and therefore he can't catch it? Or is he just not running his routes correctly? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I'd love to see route running, by the way, added as a rating in this game because it's really important for wide receivers. I'm assuming it's probably just built into hands, but in case it isn't, that's something I'd like to see. For sure. So, let's talk contract, my friend. I would like to bring you back, if I can. So let's offer him a 3-year deal. You're going to be a starter. And I'm going to offer you a front-loaded contract. Let us submit this offer to one David Njoku. He's not asking for that much money, and overall I think he is a pretty talented receiver. Austin Hooper is doing okay. I think we just need better receivers. It might also be Baker, though. We look at Baker as a quarterback. And request we offer him roles of backup. That's hilarious. But let's look at his profile. He's got good arm strength and decent accuracy. It might be an intelligence thing for him. Maybe he just needs to make better decisions, which would very much be on brand, by the way, for the real-life Baker Mayfield. Let's try to address that. Let's make the Baker schedule. And the Baker schedule is quite literally lots and lots of game tape. Which I think he's actually getting already under the QB schedule, isn't he? But anyway, definitely some positional drills. And then we're going to ratchet down on the physical training. I basically want none. Because that's not really his job. I don't need him to be really strong or anything. There we go. That is the Baker schedule. Baker, get to work. What does the QB schedule look like again? Okay. Then actually, we'll just keep him on the QB schedule. He'll figure it out. Make some better decisions, I hope. Alright, Bears v. Browns. Sim. Another victory. Excellent news. How did we do here? Again, not great. You're not completing very many passes. Nick Chubb had a good game, but not a great one. Was this another I mean, this looks like it's more of a defensive performance, really. Yeah. A good day for Jarvis Landry, but again, very low catch rate. This is becoming a problem. Myles Garrett never quite got a sack, was definitely an ace. And the Browns this season, I can't remember how many times they sacked Justin Fields in the actual game, but it was a lot. It was very many times. A sack for Jordan Elliott, excellent. Grant Delpit is really impressing me. 3 passes, defense, an interception, and a defensive touchdown. That's good stuff. That's very good. 2 penalties on the fullback, 1 accepted. Oh no, it's 1 penalty. As pancakes. Like, we can win games this way, but clearly our passing game needs an upgrade somehow. He wants more money. I guess that's fine. Okay, we need to slow down their rushing attack. So we're gonna go rush heavy, I think. Yeah, we're gonna go rush heavy this week. Sorry, strategery. And let's focus our efforts against the run. And please focus on Dalvin Cook. Like, I'm not saying I'm not scared of their wide receivers, but if we can shut down their running game, I feel pretty good about being able to do the rest of it. Okay. I'm going to shift this to balanced. I want them to run any way they feel is best. And that is where we are right now. How do we upgrade the passing game? And the real question is, maybe the most important question is it Baker Mayfield that's the problem? What if we change the strategy a bit? Maybe we have him focus more on medium length passes. No. I think we're okay for right now. I'm not gonna make any other changes just yet. The Vikings will be a good test. They're a much better team than the last 2 we played. If we can beat the Vikings, then that'll give us some important data. And if we can't, then we'll have a better sense of what we need to do after that. There you go. Sim that game. We did win. It was very, very close. But it looks like it was Baker Mayfield, one of his best performances. Now, the 2 interceptions are obviously not great. But a completion percentage over 70%, 3 touchdown passes, and 7 yards per pass is very, very good. Jarvis Landry had a good game. Rashard Higgins had a good game. Hooper and Njoku were both active in the passing game. You did miss a field goal, Chase McLaughlin. That's not cool. Defensively, Owusu Koromoa had another outstanding game. A sack for Garrett and a sack for Anthony Walker, and one for Malik McDowell. Good times. Good times. We did shut down the run quite effectively, and then we got gashed by Justin Jefferson. It's whatever. We had to commit to one or the other. Good. Not a perfect game by any means, but 3-1 is 3-1, my friends. It's a good start to the season. Let's check our emails. Okay, mentoring is going well. Morale is high. The Chargers are very scary. It looks like they're off to a slow start, though. But I definitely don't want to be run-focused against the Chargers. I definitely want to be pass-focused. Oh, no, they got Austin Eckler, don't they? Yeah, let's just be balanced against them. Let's not focus on one or the other. And then I trust you to do your job, defensive coordinator. Nah, no backfield by committee. That's silly. Alright, so that's all set up. Do we talk extension with David Njoku again? Or do we instead talk to Jadeveon Clowney? Now, Mr. Clowney here has 11 tackles and 1 sack. Which are not obviously very big numbers, but if we dig into his stats a bit more, he's got 6 quarterback hurries. He's allowed 1 catch, which is, I mean, he's a defensive end, so who cares? 5 tackles for loss. Maybe we wait until closer to the end of the season. Let's sort by overall, shall we? So Njoku wanted a little bit more money, didn't he? He did want a little bit more money. So let's go ahead and step this up to $6 million. And let's offer him starter. And let's go and make this nice and balanced. It's a nice boost over what he's getting now. Submit. Let's talk to Ronnie Harrison. Oh, you want to be played like a big-time dude. No, thank you. Anthony Walker. No, he also wants a big contract. Rashard Higgins wants all of the money. Is anyone going to offer me, like, a reasonable contract? Yes, I will happily give this offer to Malik McDowell. I think he's a good enough player that I would like to give him the chance. So I will offer him that deal. I'm trying with somebody that I could sign cheaply. Chase McLaughlin. You've been pretty solid. I'm more than happy to give you an extension so I don't have to look for a kicker in the offseason. Finding kickers is annoying. And then Joseph Charlton. I do want to offer you a new contract, but not until I see how you develop. Okay. Remember, anytime I need some money, though, I can just release players and save a bunch of money. So I'm not that concerned about that. So I got some offers going in there. Let's see how week 5 goes. We were defeated. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Nick Chubb has really struggled all of a sudden. I don't know what his deal is. He's not played his very best. Well, Baker Mayfield had himself a day. That's for sure. Peoples Jones and Anthony Schwartz. 4 receivers. Caught a touchdown pass. Very exciting. The third quarter was a bad one for us. That's unfortunate. He did get picked off twice. One of which was returned for a touchdown, so that right there might be the game. Yeah. That's not ideal, my dude. McLaughlin did miss another field goal. That's not ideal. A decent game defensively. We forced a fumble. Interception by Greedy Williams. This is just a good old-fashioned shootout. And if things had gone slightly differently, we would have won the game, I think. But alas, we didn't. Let's see how things are looking here. Why is he improving his hands? You know, I'm not even going to ask. McLaughlin wants more money. Malik Jackson hasn't read it yet. And David Njoku is now furious. So I'm a little annoyed that David Njoku is basically wanting starter money when I'm not convinced he's worth it. Part of me kind of wants to trade him. But I'm not going to sign McLaughlin yet. I'll actually look for a kicker in the offseason if I have to. But yeah, David Njoku, my dude, I don't know why you're getting upset. I'm offering you a pretty good salary. Like, I'm not saying you're a bad player, because you certainly aren't. And you could be better than Austin Hooper in a couple of seasons. I just don't see why you're being annoying about the amount of money that you're being offered. I'll offer you $8 million. This is the highest I'm willing to go, and it's a pretty big risk. Let's go 5 years, and let's make it heavily front-loaded. You're gonna eat so much of my cap, dude. You better earn it. Oh, I just got an email. Oh, no, I didn't. Some other past email didn't get read. There it is. Yeah, Baker had a pretty great game, but I don't like our chances in very many shootouts. I don't think that's a thing that we can win. Is there a strategy we could employ, perhaps, to help us defeat the Cardinals? Okay. Let's get a little more aggressive on defense. Let's see if that changes things up a bit. As much as I want to be a run-first team, the fact is that Nick Chubb is just not getting it done. So let's see how things go this game. A 1-point loss. I swear to God, if Chase McLaughlin missed a field goal, he's cut. Yeah, fucker, you're cut. You're missing easy kicks. Granted, you know, it's not super easy. But given how well the offense performed today, I mean, look, part of it is the defense just got lit up. A nice interception by Denzel Ward is always appreciated. But I mean, that's the real facts though, is that we just got lit up by Kyler Murray. Oh, they also got a 2-point conversion. Okay. Yeah, dudes. Chase McLaughlin, you're gone. I don't tolerate bad kicking if I don't have to. Now, we might not be able to find a better kicker, and that's very possible. Okay, we got Jackson and Njoku both signed. I don't believe the Broncos are that good passing-wise. Oh, we didn't have Myles Garrett last game. That's not ideal. That is not ideal at all, my friends. Right, I said I was going to get a new kicker. Who is available? And then we're going to do... Here we go, Matt Prater. Or Will Lutz. You look like a good dude. What is your deal, Will Lutz? Really good accuracy, really good distance. Yeah, hey, Will, come to the Browns. And then, hey, Chase McLaughlin. Remember how you declined my offer to sign a new contract? That was a mistake. You're cut. I'm not going to offer him a new contract just yet, but I'm really thinking about it. Oh. Yeah, we need to set the special teams, don't we? Yeah, kicker is going to be Will Lutz. I don't want my starting corners as my kick returners. But I guess that's alright for right now. I'm not really that bothered by it. No, you know, let's get Donovan Peoples-Jones involved in the return game. Why did you do that, game? I just changed it, and you're like, no, you didn't. There you go. Oh, I guess he can't be both returners, can he? I also kind of give Anthony Schwartz a chance to get some returns. I think his elite speed could really benefit from a bit more regular uses. And save that package, please. So we look at our roster, by the way. I just want to... Because I know this stuff because I watch the Browns and I'm really invested in their success. But Anthony Schwartz is really fucking fast. He should be rated more than 84 in my opinion, but I'll take it. Alright, friendos. We got a new kicker. Let's see how things go against the Denver Broncos. A glorious victory. Nick Chubb had a great game. Baker Mayfield was really efficient. 2 touchdowns for David Njoku after his nice big contract. No missed field goals. Passes defended. No interceptions. That's a little unfortunate. 2 forced fumbles, though. Although only one of them was actually recovered. We got Teddy Bridgewater 3 times. So Myles Garrett again did not play. And I think that's a big reason why some of these weaker teams are getting to us. We're just not getting the really good stuff. And the game was also a lot closer than it looked. For sure. Alright. What is this view play-by-play analysis thing? Oh, view play analysis. I see here. Oh, this is cool. This is very cool. It tells you how each individual play went. Very nice. Garrett is probable. Alright, Steelers. We gotta shut you down, my dudes. We gotta shut you down. Hopefully Myles Garrett's back this week. But Nick Chubb had a great game. So did Baker Mayfield and David Njoku. Excellent. So, if we're wanting to trade anybody, we need to be thinking about... Actually, it might already be past the trading deadline. Maybe the trading deadline is this week. I'm kind of tempted to see if there's any team that's really struggling for a quarterback and see if I can get him to take Case Keenum off my hands, but probably not. Oh, that's who's on your trade block. I see. Okay. I don't want to trade with the Ravens, though, is the thing. Bills, no. Carolina, no. Bears, no. Bengals, no. I'm not going to trade in my division. You guys might want a quality backup quarterback. How does that sound? I'd like your 4th round pick if you'd be willing to give it to me. Oh, it's already past the trade deadline. I wish it wouldn't even load the trade console if you can't trade. But yeah, you're right. I think the trade deadline is week 6. So, oh well. So, against the Steelers, they're obviously very run heavy, and Ben Roethlisberger just doesn't frighten me. I mean, as a human being a little bit, but not as a football player. So we're gonna go run stop, and we're gonna focus all of our attention on Najee Harris. Let's shut this jerk down. Let's sim this week. Excellent. A glorious victory over our hated division rivals. You like to see it. Not a great day for Baker Mayfield or any of my running backs, really. How did we win this game? Did we just field goal them to death? Yeah, Landry really struggled with getting passes. Okay, you did miss a 50-pluser, but I'm not going to criticize you for that. Greg Newsome got a pick. Myles Garrett did get a sack, but it looks like he didn't play as many snaps as he would like him to play. Penalties are a bit of an issue. I don't know how we scored 30 points, to be honest with you, other than just field goaling them to death. Yeah, the 4th quarter got pretty spicy. I'll take the win though. I mean, it's our first AFC North win. Ah, he saw the injury report. Locker room report. Everyone is really happy because they won. Kareem Hunt had a really good game. No, Myles Garrett played every snap. It just seemed like he just didn't produce very much. Oh, that'll happen. Okay, let's go back to our game strategy and let's think how we want to deal with the Cincinnati Bengals. They're really struggling this year. I'm going to back off a bit. I do think their passing game is more scary than their running game. And let's try to shut down Jamar Chase if we can. If we can shut him down, I think we'll be in better shape. I'm going to switch to a balanced attack. I don't think we're running well enough to justify a run-heavy strategy any longer. For whatever reason, Nick Chubb is just not his very best. Let's go ahead and talk to Jadeveon Clowney. Because he's a really good player, and I'd like to keep him as long as he's not going to cost us too much. Against the Cap. My man here really wants to get paid, and I certainly don't begrudge him that. You'll definitely be a starter, though. I want to see you very heavily backloaded so that I can cut you if I need to. I'll also give you a bonus. If you get 10 sacks in a season, you're going to get a salary bonus. So let's see how this does for you. Because he's obviously a really great player, and I don't want to lose him if I don't have to. Cool. Oh, let's see how the game against the Bengals goes. We were defeated. Unfortunate. Yeah, this one's really on Baker. He just was not a very good player today. Njoku, if I'm paying you like a big tight end, you need to be making fucking plays like you're a big tight end. That just has to be how it is. A lot of penalties. We were really undisciplined today, but to be honest, this is just Joe Burrow being the better player. Look at that completion rate. That's scary. We sacked the guy 5 times, but it doesn't matter if he's completing passes that easily. A big day for Jadeveon Clowney. Myles Garrett must still have a lingering injury because he hasn't been his most explosive self. Here we go. He's finally better. That's great news. And Jadeveon Clowney took our contract offer. That's awesome. I'm sorry that you're upset that we've lost 2 games in a row, but, like, settle down. Okay? So we're playing the Patriots this week. I think being balanced is fine here, too. I don't think we need a whole lot. And I'm just going to let you do what you want there. play calling. If we do our head coach's offense... Oh, he's very much a passing guy. I don't like that. And our defense... And our head coach doesn't like blitzing. We could probably do with a bit less blitzing, actually. That may be part of our issue. We've got a really strong front four. I'm going to let our head coach be our new defensive play caller and see if this helps us out some. Contracts. Mr. Kicker, I would like to bring you back, please. I want you to be a Brown forever because it's hard to find good kicking. My dude, how would you like to be a Brown for life? Let's go 4 years, and let's make him a starter, because I'm not going to rotate you. You're a freaking kicker, dude. And submit offer. Alright. So let's see how things go against the hated New England Patriots. A loss by 2 points? Man. Lutz, did you miss a kick? No, Lutz was on point. Lutz got his shit done. We just didn't contribute. Baker had an awesome game. It's not like Baker Mayfield's fault we lost this game. Yeah, we gave up a lot of passes. We only sacked him once. That is a definite issue. And it was Myles Garrett again. Interceptions, none. We didn't get any turnovers. That's also not... No, we did. Myles Garrett fumbled. And how did Baker Mayfield must have recovered his own fumble. Yeah, it looks like turnovers were the issue. And Baker Mayfield also got sacked a lot. So... Good running back performances, though. We just came up a tiny bit short. Oh, John Brown is actually recovered. I wonder if we can take him off the IL. I'm sorry you're grumpy, but how about you shut the fuck up? Okay. Okay. Right. Can I activate what's this say from the IL? Or is that not a thing I can do? In real life, you can. I just don't know if that exists in this game. It does not. Maybe it has to be on the injured reserve a bit longer. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to keep a guy that I can't play, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut him. And we're going to try to get ourselves a better wide receiver. Actually, I could literally just cut him and then re-sign him. Like, you can't stop me. You would just sign for the minimum? Deshaun Jackson does have legit speed. I'm not bringing in Antonio Brown game. I don't care how much you offer him to me. The answer to that question is no. But I might bring in Deshaun Jackson. Let's try it, right? We need something more dynamic on our offense if we're going to compete with the better offenses. Oh, you know what? That probably puts me over the roster limit, doesn't it? It does. It does. Jamarcus Bradley, you're released. And Ryan Switzer, you're back on the practice squad. There we go. And then let's set up our depth chart again. And we're going to go ahead and start. Actually, how are our receivers doing right now? Which receiver's production has been the most disappointing? Lander and Higgins have both actually been quite good. They've both been getting their jobs done when they need to. So I think the one who most needs less playing time is probably Anthony Schwartz. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to go ahead and do Deshaun Jackson here in the slot. And then we're going to do Donovan Peoples-Jones as the primary backup in all three positions. And then Anthony Schwartz can be the additional guy there. I also wouldn't mind having him on punt returns, but for right now I'm not really going to worry about that. Let's look at the defense now. Any changes to be made here? Anthony... Oh, you know what? We need a new left outside linebacker. I can't have Anthony Walker starting in two positions, but I guess it doesn't matter. Does it? Our problem is we have a lot of linebackers all have roughly the same skill set. Let's make... Has any linebacker had a good season so far? Malcolm Smith has been alright. Let's take Malcolm Smith as starting outside linebacker. Let's promote him. Alright, that all looks fine. Malik Jackson is not starting. And I keep seeing Tommy Togiai making mistakes, so we're going to go ahead and make Malik Jackson our starting DT. And then Mr. Togiai, you can start there. And we will save our package now. Alright, friendos. Let us go ahead and see how things go against the Lions. If there was a get-right game on the schedule, it's this game. Come on, Browns. There we go. Not an amazing game, but a good one. And Joku didn't get a single target? What the hell? An interception for Denzel Ward is always a good thing. Okay, Dustin Colquitt is not a very good punter anymore. He's goofing up quite a lot. Like, that is awful punt average. Like, that's legitimately bad. Yeah, Myles Garrett's picking up about a sack a game, which is obviously good, but he's not been truly exceptional. Yeah, Togiai keeps getting penalties. That's not a good look for you, my dude. We won the game, though, so I'm not going to be too nitpicky. Okay, we didn't have him. He wants more money. I definitely don't want to lose Will Lutz. So let's go back and talk to Will Lutz again. Hey, buddy. I want you to be a Brown for a very long time. Okay, 5 years. And I will give you $4 million a year. $3 a year. Perfect. And I will make you a starter. Submit. Next, I am going to release my punter. Like, maybe you just had a really bad game, but the fact is, when our margins for victory are so narrow... Yeah, your punt average is only 43 with 15 inside the 15 inside the 20 out of 52. I think I need a better punter. So I'm going to cut you, and we're going to let Charlton be the guy. Because Charlton's not that much worse than you. And he's got really good distance, even his accuracy's not great. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Yes. So we're gonna do roster management. Goodbye, Dustin Colquitt. Hello, Joseph Charlton. I find it hilarious that with a broken finger, he's still like, yeah, I can do it. All right. Okay, this is the most important game of the season for us. If we win this game... Wait, how have we played more games than they have? Oh, because they've already had their bye week, I think. Okay. That must be it. If we win this game, we go to 7-5, and they fall to 8-3. That would be pretty good news. So, it's also going to be really cold, which, you know, we're the Browns. We're used to playing in bad weather conditions. Game planning. Yeah, I'm really scared of Lamar Jackson. I wish I could target him, but I can't, which is kind of annoying. Do your thing there. I want to make sure we're very balanced. I actually want us to ease off on the aggression. I'm wondering if we're being too aggressive and it's been hurting us lately. So we'll see how this goes for us. Can we be victorious? Oh my word, we got blown out. That wasn't even remotely close. We were up in the second quarter. We were tied, and then we just decided to stop playing well. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really know what we could have done better except just suck less. Because yikes. Like, obviously this interception return was really important, and it's what changed the tempo of the game. But Nick Chubb had a game. He played quite well. Baker Mayfield, again, was efficient, if not very good at throwing very deeply. Yeah, Lamar Jackson just kind of picked us apart. And then we just made too many defensive mistakes. Look at all the penalties he made. That's becoming a big issue. It looks like we also lost a fumble, and although he caused 2 fumbles, they got them both back. This is a game that was much closer than it looks. This really comes down to the turnovers and the penalties. How the fuck does a wide receiver get a 15-yard penalty? Yeah, that was bad. This is like head coach gets fired in the offseason bad. To be that undisciplined. Okay. Deshaun Jackson, you are playing quite frequently. I don't know what else I can do for you. Oh, you know what else? I think I forgot to set our punter as the new punter. Okay, that was already taken care of. It looks like they just updated everything. Whatever. I don't even care. Oh, this is our bye week, so we can just sim that and let people get healthy. And then we play the Ravens again right after the bye. We have to win this game, or we're basically done. God damn, Lutz. Yeah, man, I don't know how to deal with the Ravens. They're really tough. Let's look at the standings right now. So we're still in the hunt for a wild card slot, but we really need to start playing better. I mean, the Ravens is just running away with the division. There's not really much I can do to stop them. But we're still very much in the race here. All we need to do is get on a bit of a winning streak, and then we could make the playoffs. And once you're in the playoffs, literally anything can happen. So let's do current games. And let us simulate this week. A narrow victory. But a victory nonetheless. A victory nonetheless. I don't know what David Njoku's deal is. I don't know if we're not scheming well for him or what. But I constantly see him only making like very insignificant catches. Or if it's just Austin Hooper as it starts or Austin Hooper gets more opportunities. I couldn't say. But I will take the victory though. I will absolutely take the victory. I mean, I don't like the safety. That's kind of yikes, but that's alright. Big day for Kareem Hunt. Penalty's still an issue, though. This really needs to stop, my friends. I mean, they were even worse, so... And then turnovers. We were picked off twice, but we did at least force a fumble. Alright. I will take the victory. Especially because Myles Garrett had a great game. Excellent. We got our kicker. Wow, Deshaun Jackson is so upset he's showing up on the report twice. It's like, no, really, play me more. And I'm like, how about not? Okay. Yeah, we need to shut down Josh Jacobs. He's much scarier than David Carr. So we'll do that. Let's go with a bit more main coverage this game. I think that would be very beneficial because this is a team that does a bit better running than passing, so that would give us a little bit more flexibility. You know what? I'm going to change this to balanced. I'm going to let you throw it however you want to throw to. Because you're just not targeting the tight ends that much anyway, even though it says tight ends. So we'll make it more balanced. I'll take some of the training wheels off and see if that changes things. This is a very big game for us. We're not going to win the division. That's a foregone conclusion. But if we can defeat the Las Vegas Raiders, we'll improve our playoff position. So let's get her done. Let's win this game, team. Excellent work. Look at Austin Hooper having a big game. Damn, son. Okay. Excellent forced fumble and fumble recovery. Myles Garrett got a sack, 4 hurries, and a knockdown. We did get intercepted, though. This problem keeps happening. We keep getting intercepted once or twice every game. We did not totally shut down Josh Jacobs. We did contain him. And we forced them to beat us with Marcus Mariota, which is obviously not going to happen. Look at Owusu Koromoa. What a fucking guy. What a dude. Will Lutz did miss a kick, but that's alright. Nobody's perfect. That was a very important victory for us, and I'm pretty happy about that. Baker's not at his very best. I really don't love our chances against the Packers, though. I'm a little concerned about that. I'm very concerned about that in point of fact. Let's focus on the pass, and let's make sure to shut down Devontae Adams. If we can do both of those things, I think we'll be in a little better shape. And I'm going to go ahead and have you shift back into doing mixed primary coverage and let you decide how you want to do it. Oh, that's Lutz, and then that. So I just saw something that had alarmed me. I mean, turf toe is never fun. Oh, I know. I was going to look at signing someone to a new contract. Rashard Higgins. Let's look statistically. How are our receivers doing this year? Yeah, Baker Mayfield's fine. He's not going to the Pro Bowl anytime soon, but he's fine. Yeah, Higgins is our number 2 receiver, and he's got a pretty good catch rate. And Njoku's doing all right. I just want to see him be a little bit more involved in the game. So I think we're going to go ahead and offer Rashard Higgins a new deal. Assuming his contract requirements are not ridiculous. That's kind of ridiculous, though. I'll tell you what, my boy. Very heavily backloaded. If you take this deal, then I'll do it. And if you don't, then I won't. I will happily let you walk rather than pay you $15 million for a year. Although, again, you can cut people anytime you want to, so it's not like it is in baseball, where a bad contract can cripple you. Here you just go, oh no, so sad, cut. Although, again, in real football, the presence of signing bonuses makes that harder. Alright, how do we do against the Packers? Let's find out. We get shut out. Yeah, there's not really much to say here. We just got shut out. Aaron Rodgers had kind of a bad game, though. It was good enough, but certainly not anything special. Really, Will Lutz? You fucked up 3 field goals? My dude, what the hell? What the hell? Like, man, I know it's cold and shit, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to kick a field goal. Man, that's some weak-ass bullshit right there. Yeah, he wants more money. That's not going to happen. I'm not paying him elite starter money when he's not an elite starter. That's for sure. Only 3 players got a positive performance. Fair play to him. Fair play to the team. That was complete and utter suckage from beginning to end. Let's try to get right against the Steelers. I'd love to get 10 wins this year, but 9 might get us into the playoffs, and really just want to get into the playoffs this year, if we can. So we're gonna shut down the run because I don't fear their passing game in the least. I don't care what your tendency says. You're a running team. I know you. Wait, I know you. That is bullshit. Losing to the fucking Steelers at this point in the season is just garbage. Baker, you're making it awfully hard to keep you, my dude. You're making it awfully hard to keep you. Like, again, I know you don't have elite receivers, but that's no excuse for your terrible performance. You got Buse kicked better this time, but... Yeah, Baker is really holding us back right now. I think he's just making bad decisions. Alright, what do the playoff standings look like? We're on the outside looking in. That's exactly what I was afraid would happen. So not only do we need to win, we need help from other people to lose. Like, quite a few people, to be honest with you. Yeah, Baker, quit improving your fucking hands. That's not your job. We gotta beat the Bengals or the playoffs are not happening. Man, how true to life is this, though? The reason that we're suffering is because our quarterback is not as good as he ought to be. Very on brand for the Browns. Ooh, view weekly recap. I never did that before. Oh my god, that's loud. But that's very cool, though. Let's simulate the week. We did get a final victory in the playoff. We did get a final victory at the end of the season, so that's a good sign. Although, once again, I will point out that Baker Mayfield still threw an interception. Look at Nick fucking Chubb, though. He's just like, you know what? It's not going to be my fault if we miss the playoffs. So fair play to him. Alright. So now we look at the playoffs. Did we make the postseason? We did not. I can't really blame anyone, though. We were not as good as we needed to be in order to make the playoffs. It's flat out what happened. We really struggled in our own division. Really. And that's what cost us the playoffs. Because when we played the Patriots, they beat us. If we'd beaten the Patriots, we actually would have made the playoffs. So we're going to go ahead and just sim the entire playoffs now, because there's really... No, we just do the wildcard round for now. That's fine. Let's see here. The Broncos beat the Bills. The Vikings beat the Buccaneers. Haha, Tom Brady. The Eagles beat the Falcons. The Rams beat the Cardinals. The Ravens beat the Raiders. New England beat the Titans. The Bengals didn't make the playoffs, so already part of the Super Bowl is not going to happen in this game. Divisional round. The Ravens beat the Patriots. The Chiefs beat the Broncos. The Packers And the Vikings beat the Rams. That's interesting. The Ravens and the Packers. Gross. I hate both teams. My wife is from Illinois, so she hates the Packers, and I hate the Ravens because they stole our team. Gross. Hooray for the fucking Ravens, but also gross. So, let's review how the team did. Shall we? Oh, well, let's had a migraine. Yeah, your crappy performances in that one game give me a freaking migraine. So, Baker Mayfield was, and I mean this in the kindest possible way, borderline acceptable. He throws interceptions way too frequently. He doesn't throw for enough yardage and doesn't throw enough touchdowns. Now, all that being said, we don't have elite playmakers at receiver, and that could be part of the issue. If we give Baker a better receiving core, maybe we have a better performance. But the receivers don't make him throw interceptions, my friends. So that's really an issue. He also got sacked way too frequently. So that is somewhat disconcerting. Let's look at the rushing season. Nick Chubb had way too many carries, but was otherwise quite good. He wasn't exceptional, but he was very good. He should not be running the ball that frequently, though. And I think our rush-heavy offense was a little too rush-heavy in the early season. We definitely need to make some adjustments there. Receiving. Jarvis Landry had a pretty solid season, although it does concern me that he only caught 100 passes given how often he was thrown to. Rashard Higgins had a pretty nice season for us. Not enough to come back, I don't think, but okay. Hooper was decent and Njoku was decent, and then notice how quickly everything drops off. We had 2 decent receivers, and then everyone else was bad. This, I think, is the biggest issue, and it's what's really holding this team back. So we're going to have to see what we can acquire either through the draft or through free agency in the offseason. Defensively, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah had better fucking be the defensive rookie of the year. Unless there's something really crazy that I'm not considering. What is MT? Missed tackle, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Denzel Ward. So this is something I used to talk about with my friends a lot. If your cornerback is a leading tackler, your defense is crappy. Cornerbacks don't make 100 tackles. What this means is that he's not stopping them from making catches. Not that I'm blaming him. I mean, look at that. He was targeted really heavily. We look at sacks. Clowney and Garrett both had 12. A lot of hurries, though. A lot of knockdowns and some forced fumbles. I have no problems with either Myles Garrett or Jadeveon Clowney. There's definitely a bit more to them, perhaps. But I definitely don't mind either one of them. I think they both did a great job. Passes defense, Denzel Ward, Greedy Williams, and Jabal Sheard. Weirdly, Sheard turned out to be a pretty important component to our team, which I definitely did not expect when we signed him. I didn't think he'd be quite so important, but he was. He definitely gave us a little more stability. But yeah, a cornerback making 95 tackles is something that really, really concerns me. It means that our linebackers aren't active enough, and our defensive ends aren't active enough, and our safeties aren't active enough. Grant Delpit really had an okay season, but also struggled. He allowed 38 catches on 69 targets, no sacks. 1 sack and 3 picks. We need our safeties to be a bit more dynamic. John Johnson III was okay. If we look at interceptions. Ward, Williams, and Delpit. Greg Newsome was kind of invisible this season. He was kind of invisible. I think giving him a bigger role next season is going to be important. Yeah, our defense was the real issue here. Look at this. 30th points per game average. That's awful. 20th yards per game. Our offense was at least acceptable. Our defense was trash. Really, really trash. Special teams, whatever. Kicking. That's a much better punting average from Joseph Charlton here. A few too many misses for my taste from Mr. Will Lutz, but he did come in a little bit rusty. I will happily offer you a 4-year deal to be my punter. And we can see if that works for you. So let's go ahead and... So we actually get to pick who the different award winners are. I generally like to let the AI pick, but clearly... Wait, literally nobody? Or can I just not pick anyone? Alright. So it looks like Patrick Mahomes got MVP. You could argue Russell Wilson or Ryan Tannehill. But I'm just going to let the AI pick who it wants. I'm not really going to fight him. Great hit advance. And apparently nobody won Rookie of the Year because for some reason nobody was qualified. Which is kind of funny, but that's alright. I do want to keep my punter. No, I'm just going to get a new punter. Fuck it. He's not worth fighting over. I will just hit advance, and then we'll get to see the Pro Bowl roster. So if we do... Performers magazines. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that was there. That's actually pretty neat. Yeah, we had no Rookie of the Year. That's weird, but okay. Let's go to our dashboard, maybe. Okay, all these guys got cut. I already knew that. Almanac. Maybe this will list who made the Pro Bowl. Here we go, Pro Bowl. Boom. So Nick Chubb made the Pro Bowl, as he deserved. Wyatt Teller and J.C. Treader both made the Pro Bowl. And literally nobody from the Browns defense made the Pro Bowl. That's unfortunate. Oh well. So, it is now time for a new season, which we will begin next episode. Do let me know what you think of the series thus far, and if you want to see more. Let me know if there's something in particular about football you'd like me to talk about. I don't know football as well as I know baseball, but I have watched a lot of football over the years, and I played a lot of Madden. I know I mentioned this before, but my single experience playing football in high school was in gym class, and I got a concussion, so they didn't let me play football anymore, which is probably smart. But that will conclude today's episode. I hope you guys enjoy, and until next time, this has been Ev Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.